Hey team, it's Bryce here. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I very much am the competitive type. And right now, Squiz Kids is being smashed by our friends at the Big Squiz with respect to the number of listeners who have filled out the annual Squiz Listener Survey. Now, I know we all have busy lives, but this audience feedback from parents and teachers is really important to us. And I promise it will only take 5 minutes of your time. There's a link to it in today's episode notes and one on our website. The more feedback we get from you, the better we can make a product that works for you. Oh, and did I mention you can go into the draw to win a $250 voucher to the Iconic? And for a limited time, for every response we receive, we'll donate $1 to the Red Cross. Help us to help you, help your wardrobe and the Red Cross all in one hit. Win-win. The survey closes next week, and a big thanks in advance.
Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Monday, July 27. Aussie Gold Rush at the Games, Mobile Phone Alert Day, tracking vulnerable koalas and China's yak cloning program. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
And it's been a gold rush for Australia at the Glasgow Commonwealth Games over the weekend, with the Aussie anthem on high rotation as our athletes cleaned up in the pool and on the gymnastics floor. Last night, Australia was riding high at the top of the medal tally with 12 gold, 5 silver and 6 bronze medals. Woohoo! With England second place with 3 gold, 7 silver and 5 bronze. It was gold-a-palooza in the pool for the Aussies, with 6 gold medals snatched on day 1 and another 5 claimed on day 2. The sweetest victory? That belonged to Sam Williamson in the men's 100-metre breaststroke. Sam suffered a crushing leg injury last year, which meant he was unable to walk. But, following hard work, determination, and a lot of tears of frustration, he's now a Commonwealth Games gold medalist. Squiz Kids salutes you, Sam. And a big Squiz Kids salute too to our women's gymnastics team, who were yesterday celebrating their gold medal. A victory that was made all the sweeter for the fact that Georgia Godwin was part of the team. You see, Georgia missed out on qualifying for the Paris Olympics because of an injury to her Achilles tendon. But she fought back to become Australia's most decorated female gymnast in Games history with gold at the Commonwealth Games this weekend. And of course, decorated doesn't mean someone has painted her, but that she's won the most medals. Hard work and determination, kids. No matter the obstacles you have to overcome in life, nothing can replace them. If your mobile phone starts blaring an emergency signal at 2 p.m. today, do not be alarmed. Your phone, and every phone in the country for that matter, will be part of an emergency signal test. The first of its kind as the government rolls out a new national warning system called Oz Alert. It's basically a way to get an emergency message to every person in Australia who owns a phone, which is practically everyone, with recent government stats suggesting 97% of Australians owned or used a mobile phone. Wow. The emergency alert would be used in the future for fires or floods or health emergencies, where authorities need to get a message to people urgently. So, at 2 p.m. today, even if your phone is on silent or do not disturb, every mobile in the nation is going to start bleating. Consider yourself warned.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Spain and France, where 250,000 people have been evacuated from homes and holiday spots as wildfires burn across the region. Smoke was last night blanketing the major French city of Bordeaux in the south, where some 200,000 residents of the city and neighbouring regions have been told to leave their homes and seek shelter, while a state of emergency was declared in Spain as fires surrounded the capital city, Madrid. It's been a long, hot summer already in Europe, with heatwave conditions in large parts of the continent, a place that usually enjoys pretty mild summers. The Spanish Prime Minister yesterday pointed the finger at climate change for creating conditions that have led to the wildfires. Fires have also been burning across Greece and Italy in a summer season that's been marred by fire activity. Squiz Kids listeners in those countries, stay safe. We're thinking of you.
Weird science.
In a faraway place called Tibet, high in the Himalaya mountain ranges, the locals rely on a most curious animal for pretty much everything. It's called a yak, and it's a sort of a wild ox that lives in high altitudes and has big horns and a wild, shaggy coat to keep it warm. Tibetan farmers rely on yaks for wool, meat, milk, and to help them plough their fields. Yak fat is also used as a butter, if you can imagine, and also to light lamps. It's even used as a moisturiser. So, it's a pretty handy animal. Now, Chinese scientists have started a program to clone Tibetan yaks. They're using DNA science, like something straight out of Jurassic Park, to create yak clones that are more resilient to the harsh winter conditions and which grow faster and bigger. Now, cloning is a relatively new science, with some companies currently trying to use it to bring back extinct species like the woolly mammoth and the Tasmanian tiger. Unsurprisingly, it's also a science that is quite controversial, with some questioning the ethics of messing with nature. Ethics? That's the study of what's right and wrong, a branch of something called philosophy. See? The things you learn on this podcast.
Animal Kingdom.
Still in the animal world, and closer to home, a program to attach solar-powered collars to koalas in the wild is helping researchers preserve their populations under threat. The program in Brisbane has seen animal conservationists capture vulnerable koalas and attach solar-powered collars to them so that they can more easily locate them in the wild and intervene more quickly when a problem with them arises. Before the collar program, locating koalas high in the trees was a time-consuming process. But now it's hoped that by giving koalas a new high-tech necklace, conservationists will be better able to help those koalas more quickly when something goes wrong. Solar-powered tracking collars. It's the new koala fashion accessory of the season.
Q&A call-out.
Hands up if you've ever read an Andy Griffith's Treehouse book. Oh yeah, lots of you. Or what about one of his new You and Me series of books? Then you'll be as excited as we are that he is joining the podcast to answer any questions you might have for him. We've extended the deadline for questions to be sent in until the end of this week because he's just so popular. So, to hear yourself on Squiz Kids, to ask a question of Australia's leading kids author and to go into the draw to win a signed book pack from the man himself, send your questions quick sticks to squizkids@thesquiz.com.au.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Aussie gymnast Georgia Godwin missed out on the Paris Olympics after suffering an injury to what tendon? Named after a Greek demigod. Well done if you said Achilles. Question number 2. The Commonwealth Games are taking place in which Scottish city? That's right, they're taking place in Glasgow. Question number 3. Name the place in the world, starting with T, high in the Himalaya mountain range, where yaks are being cloned. That's right, it's Tibet.
Shout-outs.
It's Monday, July 27. Today is Bagpipe Appreciation Day, which is pretty good timing when you think about it, given that the Commonwealth Games are taking place in Scotland, the spiritual home of bagpipes. Today is also a special day for these Squiz Kids, celebrating a birthday today and tomorrow. Esther from Yass, Albie from Maiden Gully, Alison from Brighton, Leland and Spencer from Bradbury, Adriana from Oran Park, James from Geebung, Florence from Lane Cove West, Evie from Melbourne, and Harriet from Balgowlah Heights. And belated birthday shout-outs go to Ishan and Echo from Gumdale, Hugo from Maroubra, and Ella from Campbelltown. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you'd like a shout-out, or if you'd like a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new Squiz the World episode as we pay a visit to the country of Spain. They're on top of the world since they won the FIFA World Cup, but what do you really know about this country that's home to the second most spoken language in the world? In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.